She said to me, though, I started crying, and I went to the bathroom, and 10 I got she was gone. She said, we'll pick you up here. So the Brits, God bless them, and the Germans are what I had to help me. When they tried to kill me on April Fool's Day of 80, I'd done the book about mind control. Larry Flynn had been shot. Larry McDonald was one of the subjects in it. Warren and Rosina Matthews, the pathologists that were gunned down. Gene Strokerman, who was suing the psychiatrist, and my attorney had the files, and I put that up on here. She actually was suing another psychiatrist, Cohen, and she went to work for psychiatrist Hardiman at Piedmont Hospital, where all this is going on. Larry McDonald works there. Warren and Rosina Matthews are shot. And somebody goes in and blows her apart Christmas Eve of about 76, 77. And she lands up against the wall at the Christmas tree. So there you go. Okay, where did I get to? So in other words, their deal is that they will suggest it in any of this, and this is how we run me. They run me. Also, they scare the hell out of me. It's terrorism at every moment of my life. I'm going to say this year because I'm going to finish it up and hope I live to see the day this is all told, the truth. I had someone say to me, a cop, we'll lock you up, and we've done it, and you know it, don't you, that we'll do it. And I said, yes, I do. So they'll use the mental health system as a threat against you, and they'll do it. They will use, I have an immune disorder. I'm allergic to chemicals. That's the only illness I have. My immune system attacks itself when I'm around toxic fumes. This is all criminal as they're doing to me. I'm the victim. And this is how they run me, and I'm going to quote retired State Trooper Carl Barton. His wife and she did, brought me down to Corporate Suites in Tanglewood off Starkey Road in August the 14th of '09, and she said to me, she paid the deposit with a credit card. She said, this is how we run you with chemicals. Well, I've tried to tell people that, and they'll just say it's crazy. We're not doing it. The agency who's behind it, and I think you know the biggest investigative agency really in the world now, it's the one I got the letter from back when I wrote the book, and it was dated June the 23rd of '79. I almost get killed in April Fool's Day of '80. I'm transported across the state line in the condition I was in, which was a living hell. Worked for the district attorney, Fred Simpson. Lived at Warren House Apartments, which feeds into this if it's ever told. And Patterson, the sheriff, I passed a background check in the condition. I should have died. I don't know how I managed to work. I was told not to talk about anything. I passed a background check as required for the DA, so I'll leave it at that. I'm going to go and read it. But this is how they've scared me to death and run me, and I've lived in fear. Okay, so they're inferring, just like what's going on now, I'm going to mention James Holmes, the Aurora, Colorado. He's one of being programmed in mind control. They're giving him psychotic drugs, which is the sickest thing I've ever heard of. That's a misdiagnosis, and doctors, if they don't know the difference, something's wrong. So you know what I'm up against now, don't you, telling the truth? Now then, from the time that they wrote this articles, look what's happened now. I am going to mention this real quick. This is implantable biochips. Now, I was telling about this, but I want to give this man credit. It's Project Lucid by Tex Mars. And he's talking about prophecy, insight. Well, I don't know. You begin to wonder if it isn't true what he's saying there. The Illuminati is who kidnapped me. The Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderbergers, my own uncle, when I get to that, George VI illegal, and Roosevelt, and the Kennedys. Kennedy was ambassador. And I want to get to this, though. He tried to tell them, this is Oklahoma City bombing. with Terry Nichols. He's still in prison, and Timothy McVeigh, who they killed, they murdered, put him to death. He tried to tell everybody, Timothy McVeigh did, that the U.S. Army implanted a chip up his buttocks. And then we've got here in England in '95, a Buckingham Palace spokesman said that young Prince William, who is not the heir, he's illegal. That whole Elizabeth and her father should be locked up and pay for crimes. They're criminals. Buckingham Palace spokesman said that young Prince William, heir to the British throne, had a microchip implanted somewhere in his anatomy to discourage would-be kidnappers. Excuse me, I don't think they put this in here that they were saying anything other than, hey, listen to the lady, because they were the ones all along, the Brits that helped me. So they implanted him with a chip because they're afraid he'll get kidnapped. Hey, they got the real one over here. I'm going to put this in real quick. This is a psychiatrist, Fort Hood shooter. He was born in Roanoke, Benton, and he went to school at Blacksburg, Virginia Tech, where all the 33 mass shooting happened April the 16th of '07. Wasn't it? Yeah. These are mind-controlling programs that's going on. And part of it, there's a few of them that I've talked about, not just a few. There's a list. They talk about Schindler's List and make fun of me, and I've been told, and I'm going to get to that this is why all this is happening to me, because of what my family, they're referring to Carol Rogers Simons, her husband's psychiatrist in Seattle. Met her at Edinburgh Square when I lived there in '06. Finally thought I had a place to live. Low income. Anyway, that's what she told me. You're paying because of the chemicals, because they were using it to move me, toxic. She says, you're paying for the crimes committed by my German family, meaning the Jews, the Holocaust. So here they are, gassing me and all this and threatening me with locking me up mentally and using the chemical. And they dare me to say it. They'll stand there and threaten me. So I pretty much told it on all the other videos, but I wanted to go ahead and tell these because I'm going through a lot right now. So here we are down here. Okay, I'll agree that her life is a sad story of a woman unable, this is quoting, I never met this man, District Ranger Pat Egan. I'll agree that her life is a sad story of a woman unable to accept the help of others because she thinks that the federal government is conspiring to keep her hidden away. I want to tell you this. I put this up, Jack Hartsfield, the reporter, FBI agent, has given me, to use that, he worked for the New Mexican News right next door to where Georgia O'Keeffe, who I found out is my aunt when I found out about my kidnapping, he sent me letters as to back me up in what I was saying. And in it, when I was kidnapped and brought to Moulton in '41, at that time it was a secret police type FBI were in Huntsville, where the Space Administration and Redstone Command Center and all that is. And Jack was telling about mind control and all this. And I put this up, the letters over and over, and evidently people ignore it. But this is going, well, I'm going to get to this. Let me finish it. I'm not either. It's going off. I may have to, I'm going to cut it off because I'm going to have to continue on another show.